What's up, guys? MHhauser321 here, playing some Simpsons for the NES. Oh man, do I have a lot to talk about. Whew. This is the game of all games. First thing I want to start off with is the plot to this game. I mean, basically, aliens have been spotted coming down to Earth by Bart. He's the only person who saw them, and they have a master plan of creating a weapon. And they need specific items in the 5 levels of the game. That's their goal, is to get each item to build this ultimate weapon to destroy Earth. It's not much more complicated than that. There's a whole lot of like funny quips from them and stuff in the cutscenes before the levels, but other than that, it's just, you know, aliens trying to take over the world and you gotta stop them. The other things I want to get into before we get into the gameplay, hopefully, is just it was created by Acclaim. A guy named Gary Kitchen was the lead designer. He was the same guy who did, his name actually comes on the screen there. He was the same guy who did Keystone Capers, which was a really cool arcade sort of game. They also did things like, another company worked on it too, Imagineering. This is the plot, by the way. Another company did stuff too. Imagineering and Acclaim, they worked on it, and they did other games like Boy and His Blob, and they did this other game called The Rescue of Princess Blobette, which were cool games that I remember, the Blob games. But shout out to the Blob games, by the way, if you know what I'm talking about. Give me a like for that. And it was released in 1991. I've watched the tool-assisted speedrun of this game, and it actually, they could beat the whole game in 13 minutes with tools, or with, you know, basically cheating by using programming and stuff and stopping frames and making it perfect. So that's pretty fast. And then the regular, I believe the world record's 17 minutes. I'm gonna get into the gameplay though really quick. Each level has a specific goal. So like I said, the aliens are searching for items to power their weapon. The first level, the streets of Springfield, they need purple objects. I know it sounds stupid, but they need purple things. And you're Bart, you play as Bart Simpson, and you're trying to stop them. Here's a pretty cool trick. If you use a coin here, you can make a phone call to Mo and do the typical Mo interaction with Bart. So each level has different goals. This one, you need 24 red items. You basically need to remove 24 purple items from the stage. Another thing that's important in this game is coins. So you need to collect as many coins as you can. Basically, you need to get coins. It's just how it is. There's a trick here as well. This is a life. You have a life counter there. You see that crusty sort of face I got? It's a life. You can get up to, the screen can show up to you having 9 lives, but I believe there's a counter past 9. It's like 15 maybe. So there is that. The life thing is very important. You need to be aware of your lives. There's a health bar there, which is 2 Bart heads. Basically, you take 2 hits and you die. So that's just kind of stupid. I always thought, like, why would you want Bart heads to represent your life? They just could have done red dots or anything other than that. But whatever, they were trying to be cool. And then this thing down at the bottom is basically a helper. At the end of each level, there's a boss, and if you get all the, if you spell their name by destroying 10, or not 10, but I'm just destroying enough aliens to get enough points to spell their name. You saw me jump on the head of that alien just a minute ago. You can get their help at the end of the level. Right here, you want to buy everything, just one of everything. You want to buy one of everything, and then you want to buy, in all these shops, you also want to buy one of everything, but then you want to spend the rest of your coins, leave about 5 coins. You need about 7 rockets. You want to get more rockets than anything. So you buy one of everything, and then you buy like 7 or 8 rockets, if that makes sense. Okay, right, so at the end of each level, you got each family member to help you, which is pretty cool. This level has Maggie. She doesn't do a lot. You don't even really need her, but I always go for it if I can. And then there is a timer on this game too, which is kind of strange. You don't associate timers with sort of I don't know. It's just weird. It's got a lot of, you gotta pay attention to it because sometimes you can go really slow when you're learning the game and you'll just run out of time and you'll be pissed. So there's an example of how you spell a name. You hit the X-ray glasses and you see somebody with this kind of like, kind of looks like a mop on their head. They got a mop on their head, so they're an alien. You bust them up and then you get it. Here, if you shoot this bird off here, you can get another goal. And he says something like quippy and stupid. Good things come to those who get ahead. Basically, he's just referring to that if you use a head, if you see a head version of Jebediah there, you can get invincibility. It's basically like Starman from Mario, just invincibility for a short amount of time. And here you'll see me jumping a lot because there's lives here. I mean, the thing I want to say about this game is that, one thing I want to say about this game is that the first 3 levels are basically a build-up. It's like, how well can you beat the first 3 levels without losing lives, and how many lives can you stockpile for level 4. Level 4 is really hard, and it's the hardest level in the whole game, and so I basically go through 1 through 3 to stockpile all my lives so I can make it through 4, and then hopefully at that point I'll have enough lives left over to beat 5. So that's kind of my strategy is what I guess I'm getting at there. There's all sorts of items in this game. There's each level has different goals, like I said, and this one's goal is to get purple things removed. The next one is to do let me think. The next one is the mall is to get hats, and then the third one is to get balloons, and the fourth one is to get exit. No, the fourth one's exits, and then the fifth one is the rods. Now this is a trick. So if you shoot that E in the quickie mart and stand right there, you get a triple life. It's actually a really good trick. You have to it takes a couple hits to find the exact positioning, but that's exactly where you need to go. Right there. Just if you can pause the video, go back and pause the video, you can see where you need to stand. And then another thing here is if you use the key right there, it'll take you back to the beginning of the level. If you forget some goals, you can go back, or if you don't have enough goals when you get here, you can go back. It's a warp. Another thing I want to mention before I beat the video, or before the video is over, is that also if you use the whistle here, you get coins and you farm for a little bit. Is that this game is very hard, and I actually beat it without an emulator. This is not a recording on an emulator. This is on an actual NES game, and I got it recorded. So that's a huge thing for me. I'm like really proud of that. I like almost challenge you to try to do that. It's just really hard. So I tried to jam a lot into this video. Sorry about that, but hope you liked it. Let me know what you think in the comments below.